We're halfway through our Access All Areas tour of this year's long list. So far, 4 buildings have made it onto the shortlist. The Water Tower, an industrial relic reborn as a futuristic high-rise home. House on the Hill, a shape-shifting, shadowy extension to a Georgian farmhouse. The small but perfectly formed Slot House. And House for Theo and Oscar, which embodies the life-changing power of extraordinary engineering. But 5 more long-listed buildings are now standing by, ready to be explored. That's what our first long-listed house has to contend with. It's on a floodplain by the River Loddon in Berkshire. This is River House. Long and tall, lifted above the riverbank on 2-metre stilts, this leggy supermodel of a building is dressed in shimmering silver cladding with a svelte, angular interior. It's a glamorous, glorious place to while away the hours. River House stretches a whopping 50 metres end to end. From west to east, there are 3 bedrooms, 2 studies, a terrace, and a large open-plan living space. There's also a guest bedroom with an ensuite tucked at the back. It's home to Tony, a semi-retired consultant surgeon, and Charlotte, who works in the art world. Both dreamed of retiring to the riverbank. But this maybe wasn't what they had in mind, although they seemed to enjoy it. The risk of drowning aside, River House is a practical home for later life. It's effectively a bungalow, just higher. It's effortlessly elegant too. Slimline steel columns lift the building above the flood level without breaking a sweat. Edgeless glass balustrades are so unobtrusive as to be almost invisible. Even the larch cladding seems to hang on without screws. I can't see a single fixing on it.
All those individual strips have fixings behind them. So the longer ones, which are 12 foot, each of those has 4 fixtures behind it and 3 men to put up 1.
It certainly does. The sharp lines of the cladding accentuate the building's long, straight silhouette. It's inspired by 20th century modernist pavilions that took advantage of steel frame technology to provide huge glass walls to let the landscape in. In this case, to one vast living space.
We have kitchen, dining, living all in one place.
Yeah.
So it's 3 rooms in one, really.
For an open-plan room, it's remarkably tidy. Kitchen clutter can be all hidden away in a nook at the far end. The fireplace is neatly tucked into a structural column. And the TV is... where exactly?
It was designed specially.
For one big telly! Yes. But the real viewing experience is out there. This opening is vast.
It's 50 foot.
Well, that's quite big. In the architect's initial design, however, this spectacular vista was interrupted.
Originally, the roof would have been held up by steel columns, probably 4 or 6 of them. But it just ruined the view, wouldn't it?
Tony and Charlotte's expensive decision to replace the columns with invisible steel beams hidden in the roof and remaining 3 walls was worth every 1,000. Their hands-on approach was admired by the RIBA judges, who spotted their personal touch in the morning terrace they requested at the eastern end, and some of the interior details that echo the external cladding, like the run of bespoke birch plywood cabinets in the hall. It's like a runway rather than a hallway. These run all the way down.
They do, 34 metres of
Am I allowed
covered
to look
space.
in? And it's not only the joinery that carries you through this house. The lighting is driving you all the way down the building. It's like something from a science fiction movie.
We like the effect because it's just one strip.
Which takes you all the way down to the master bedroom at the far end. As every good modernist building does, River House separates public and private areas. An open-air terrace divides the main living space from the bedroom wing, which contains 2 private studies. But this house is too comfortable, too relaxing. River House is sufficiently original and creative while fitting a great modernist tradition. It belongs right now while drawing on a history of ideas. This house, you know, has many antecedents, all those beautiful villas and pavilions, long, stretched, rectangular objects in the landscape that engage effortlessly with their surroundings. The thing is, if you want to build in that idiom, you've got to add to the conversation. And boy, does this building do that. It is bigger, taller, longer. It truly goes above and beyond